Hi, this is O.C. Farrell, and believe it or not, we're at week 10. Thank everyone for all of your participation, your many posts. This is probably one of the best classes we've ever had in terms of involvement of the class in trying to share their ideas. We really appreciate it, and so we think it's been a great certificate class. By the way, toward the end here, we had a couple of questions. One came directly to us, the other was on one of the posts. But these questions are coming from Greg Johnson and Richard Osborne. And let me start off with Richard Osborne's question. He wants to know how effective are business ethics programs? Well, the answer to that is very straightforward, very effective. The Open Compliance Ethics Group reports that there's been no major ethical disasters in companies over the last 7 or 8 years that had effective business ethics programs. And they have done a great deal of monitoring and survey work, and they found that if you have an effective program, now, if you have a program as a window dressing or it's not really properly implemented, then you're going to find that that's not an effective program and you're probably going to have problems. But also, the U.S. Sentencing Commission has found that in the last 10 years that they have not had any major criminal activity of an organizational nature, although occasionally there's rogue employees who've been in trouble, but there's not been organizational misconduct that went to the criminal level in companies with an effective ethics program. And that's the definition of an effective ethics program, is that you follow the U.S. sentencing guidelines. So it's kind of interesting that if you do what they ask you to do, it seems to work. Now, we have a second question from Greg Johnson. And Greg Johnson wants to know, if you have an effective program, how do you get those organizations that you work with, your suppliers, other organizations you interact with, how do you get them to have an effective program? Well, probably one of the best examples of that is the U.S. government. The government essentially requires its suppliers to have an effective ethics program, follow the federal sentencing guidelines template for having an effective program, and when there are special risk areas related to product quality or bribery or areas like that, they will set specific compliance standards for the companies they deal with. We also know that Walmart, as well as other companies, General Electric, they set standards for their suppliers. And they often are concerned to things such as the work relationships that their suppliers have in developing countries. Especially they're concerned about abusive practices that could damage workers in these underdeveloped countries. So, there are a lot of compliance standards that a company can do to require those companies that deal with to do the right thing. And also, that's what business ethics is all about. It's about developing a reputation for being a high integrity company. And I guess that's our central message for this entire semester. Good business ethics is good business. And we have all types of studies to show that the world's most ethical companies in the long term are by far the most profitable, and their stock seems to grow at a higher rate than the S&P average. We have all kinds of information to indicate that a highly ethical company enjoys a real advantage in many ways. Therefore, we can get away from the idea that putting in an effective ethics program is a cost. It's more of a benefit. It's more of an enhancement to the quality and integrity of the organization. And one final thing is, as we think about the messages we want to give to students, we should remember that individuals that want to be successful cannot do it all themselves. If they work in a company that's what we call a good barrel, a good ethical organizational culture, their chances of success individually in doing the right thing is enhanced. If they work in a company where it's a bad barrel or an unethical culture, they by themselves probably cannot right the ship. By themselves, they probably can't walk into work every day and change others and make them do the right thing. So this is an important message, I think, to get across to our students. That ethics programs count. It creates shared values. It puts in the compliance mechanisms to make sure things are done right, and it helps to discover what the ethical risks are. So as we kind of wrap up here, we'd just like to say that it's been uh, an opportunity for us to connect and to continue to connect as we go through next period of time, the next few years. Anything we can do to help you, let us know. In the meantime, Linda Farrell is going to talk with you about the workshop that's coming up in May, and we hope a number of you can attend. Thanks.
Hi, this is Linda Farrell. Just wanted to thank you for a great semester in the certificate course. I think things have gone so quickly because things have gone really smoothly and everybody's made some great comments and observations during the course. Please stay in touch and let us know if there's anything we can do as you move down the road to be helpful in this area. And we also very much appreciate the support of the Daniels Fund in this effort. And along that line, want to make sure and invite all of you to the Bill Daniels Teaching Business Ethics Workshop in Santa Fe. This year it'll be May 6th and 7th, and our format this year is a little bit different. What we're doing is we'll start on Friday the 6th at noon with lunch. Then we'll have a guest speaker, Barney Rosenberg, who's the Vice President of Ethics and Compliance with the Mega Group. We saw him at the Ethics and Compliance Officer Association meeting this year. He presented his ethics game. It was exceptional. Gets into a format and a way of talking about ethical issues with your students which challenges them and can create very interesting classroom dialogue. We also have Rich Brody back talking about a different aspect of fraud. He's going to be talking about fraud and red-collar crime. I think you'll find that very interesting. We also have many of our Bill Daniels professors and fellows here at UNM who will be speaking on various topics, including creating an organizational ethical culture, how to use a stakeholder orientation in class, how to teach business ethics topics in a college of business, courses where it's appropriate. We'll tap on some of the new resources that are available through our website. Here's the drill. Here's how to work this year. Again, we'll have the sessions starting at 1 o'clock on Friday with lunch beforehand. We'll have a reception starting around 5:30 on Friday afternoon. Dinner also at the Hotel El Dorado. We'll start back the next morning with breakfast and we'll end before noon on Saturday. What we'd like for you to do is make your reservation at the hotel directly. We will switch you over to a master account except for incidental charges, but we'll pay for room and tax for Friday night. And we will also, no registration cost for attending the conference. All the meals will be provided. So we're really hoping that all of you will be able to attend, participate, engage. We found from the workshop and boot camp last year some of the best conversations and I think insights came from just loose discussions at dinner, receptions, during lunch, etc. So we're really looking forward to seeing you there. For communication on this event, BillDanielsEthics@gmail.com. So again, that's BillDanielsEthics@gmail.com. If you have any questions at all about the upcoming workshop or anything else, please email us there or at our UNM email addresses, which I believe you all have. Again, thanks so much. Best of luck finishing the course, and we hope to see you in Santa Fe in May. Thanks.